tradition, pageantry. It's a game like no other. One in which the nation's finest will battle and fight for the privilege to sing second. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Army Black Knights, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the Navy Midshipmen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Black Knights will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Mids offense will have the first possession of the game. All of these players on the field might have a higher calling, but guys, in this one, tough, hard-nosed running games against stout defenses.
And almost every year we go to this game, and there is absolutely nothing like it. The pageantry before the game, on the field, honoring everybody there, and realizing they're not just fighting for a game, they're fighting for everyone in the stands. And so it is one of the coolest scenes every single year.
And there's a lot of pride in this game, too, between Army and Navy and the bragging rights. It's been going on now for decades and for over a century. This game at the end of the college football year, it just means more to these two teams.
This offense has a second down play. On the option. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Guys, they call this America's game because no matter who you root for, you're captivated by this.
Well, and this is just one of those games I think always just stands out just because of the way it looks, right? It's all the uniforms in the stands. It's the pageantry. It's the history of this game. It's the style of football these two teams play as well. It just means so much to these players.
It's so cool, and it's saved for after the Heisman Trophy, after the championship games, when they get the spotlight on them, a well-deserved spotlight for what they do for everyone out there across this country.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Got his man quickly. This rivalry started in 1890 when Dennis Mikey, for whom the stadium at West Point is named, talked Navy into playing a game, and the Mids blew him out.
And since that first blowout, obviously, this has been an unbelievable rivalry. So many things about it, honoring the fallen, the march on, the battle of the bands. So many of these things have gone back and forth. But, Jesse, the football is phenomenal. Old school offenses that will hit you right in the mouth.
It's pretty cool, too, when you think about the history of this rivalry, because back in the day, these were two of the best programs in college football. There have been national championships. There have been Heisman trophies. Not necessarily the same thing today, but when you think about great rivalries in the sport, this is it right here.
The Cadets offense will try to get something going with their first possession. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The inside handoff. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Last time the Cadets and Mids clashed, it was Army winning a close one.
They came out, they did what they needed to do late in the game to get the win, and they've been talking about it for an entire year back in West Point, getting another win over their big rival Navy.
And the bragging in this rivalry is enormous, right? Like, it's not just a normal game. This is a game that everybody watches, everybody cheers for, but the uniforms really matter.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Now on second down. Big fullback's got it. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
The fullback. This takes me back to my days growing up, watching the fullback being on the field every single play. You don't see that anymore, but the big fella gets the football. Hey, he looks like he knew what to do with it, too. Nice little pickup.
Headed to the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
It's really hard on a defense to drop back and know it's pass. And then a quarterback like that, he just has the ability to pull it down and just, bam, shoot through a hole, chew up yards so fast, outrun fast.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Black Knights. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
On to attempt to try. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And Navy will go back on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Horvath. Fires to the right. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Army has it back and the offense ready to go. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll pull it down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Now he'll let one fly down the left side.
Man, this QB is so dangerous. He can get outside the pocket, and right here you can tell he gets outside the pocket. Now I've got to make some decisions, man. Do I want to go chase this guy? Do I play coverage? And that's why these mobile quarterbacks can really put you in a predicament. The defense won this battle, but that guy is so hard to corral.
And here comes the Navy offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this is a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. From the 30-yard line on first down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Went to the running game on first down. Now second down. Now on the option. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Navy!
And he took off and got it. The quarterback made the read quickly. You could tell he wanted to take off with the football. And how dangerous is he that he just started chewing up yards and running away from the defense. Nice run by the quarterback.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense bringing in the big boys, heavy personnel. Using his legs, it's Stewart. Just ran over it. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. On the ground with the counter. Just ran him over. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
When running backs square their shoulders up, it's when they have the most power. You see him square his shoulders up, break tackles, be strong, continue to plow his way forward, just making it really easy on everybody in this offense by breaking tackles.
They'll go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
The Black Knights are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
And don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback, he blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him, let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that first down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, what year is this? Is this 1995? We're handing off to fullbacks again. That's a play that is basically extinct now in college football, but I love it because it caught the defense off guard, able to get a nice one.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. It's usually because of their lack of hands that you just saw.
The give to the back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Third and short now from their own 48. Back to throw, it's Daly. Dumps it off in the flats. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the first down. Man, he had to get rid of that thing. I don't even think he had time to find the laces, but he picks up the first down.
Yeah, that's a great job. You know, third and short, the defense is bringing pressure. He sees the pressure, gets the football out, and gets just enough for the first down.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On the move, it's Stewart. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Fires it into traffic, and it's picked off. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. And Navy will go back on the attack. How How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Trying play action. Quarterback extends the play. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The option look. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to hand it off to the fullback for a quick hitter, but just nowhere to go. The defensive line, great job getting penetration to set up that play.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, going up top. Finds his man. It's Chapman. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy.
Going over the top. And the ball is intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking to pass. It's Horvat. It's complete on the right side. Shakes off the tackle. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And you don't see that often when you're running a screen and you're featuring your running back and setting it up, but you go elsewhere. It's a nice job by the offense, nice job by the quarterback in particular, seeing the defense, saying, I can make a play somewhere else.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. A third and long coming up here. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Navy will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him in the...
He's off to the races. The 50, the 40, past the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Army!
I mean, let's go. That's a day's worth of yards right there on one carry. The home run hitter takes the snap, gets the football. He does the rest, shows off the speed, taking it 90-plus yards to the house.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot.
Makes the grab down the left side. All kinds of running room. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, midshipman.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking the play. Trying to find his man on first down. He'll pull it down and run. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. You know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms before taking the field. And these guys really need to do a better job of holding on to the football.
The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Guys, there are rivalries, and then there is undeniably the most meaningful rivalry in sports. And the battle for the chance to sing second in today's Army-Navy game has been a sight to behold. And you know, in a day where the spread option and air raid are the offenses of choice, how nice is it to see the 3 yards and a cloud of dust approach? Although we've also seen some runs go for a lot longer. Physical offensive lines coupled with great backs is like a throwback to the olden days, and that's refreshing. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Army and Navy plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Tackle is made after the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. They'll operate out of split backs. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Daly. Keeps looking downfield. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He wants to go deep. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. First down for this offense. Defense in press coverage. They'll run the option. Got room at the 35. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Navy lifts anchor in the red zone. On the option. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And the fullback breaks off a nice gainer there. No such thing as just 3 yards in a cloud of dust with this guy. He can make people miss and get you a play.
Running back goes in motion. They'll run the option.
Fullbacks are very unselfish. One of the most unselfish positions you can find in football. They block 99% of the time. When you can give them that rock, get a first down. Those guys are really big. You know, they're really powerful. They usually...
And it slipped out. And he coughed it up, and good thing he got it back himself. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. On the option. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. What will the offense dial up on 3rd and goal? Dropping back, it's Horvat. Going for 6. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Gets rid of it. Fires to the big fella. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He slings it deep to the left. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And he showed off the wheels after using the hands on the pick, and he gets it down to the 34-yard line.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He'll keep it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys...
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. From inside his own 10, he's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. One little mistake in your kick coverage unit against this dude, and you are in a world of trouble, and they were barely able to keep him from scoring. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. And the Black Knights are in the hurry-up. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Trying to push their way into the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he's wrestled to the ground.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation. They practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. The give to the tailback. Fighting to get it out of the end zone, and I don't think he made it. He did not. It's a safety. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety. He'll bring it back. It's Stewart. They make the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
And it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Using his legs to buy some time. Trying to escape and get it himself. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. The give to the single back. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. He chucks one out to the right. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Dropping back, it's Daly. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. trying to make magic with his feet. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. No good. After the missed field goal, still down by 11. And here comes the Navy offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Complete out of the backfield. And he was knocked down immediately, short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Looking to go up top on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Firing to the right, complete. And they're able to get him down. The Black Knights want to pick up the tempo.
And everything's going to have to be downfield. That's a nice start to this drive, but they're going to need to score, get the ball back quickly, and score again.
Going to the running game. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in 14, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
Looking downfield, it's Daly. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Using his legs at Stewart.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. On 4th down, going to the air. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The offense lining up for a first down play. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. The give as they work on that clock.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Got enough space. Touchdown, midshipmen. And they take it in for 6 more points. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David.
Pulls it in on the left. Open runway ahead. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Looking for a man. It's Daly. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He's going to take off. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. And the Black Knights have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Black Knights!
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Wants to go up top. Now adjusting. He goes in for the 2, and we have a 10-point game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Catches it inside his 20. Chance to really gain some ground. And the returner will be brought down. And Navy will go back on the attack. Okay, you have a 2-score advantage here, so while you want to be aggressive, David, don't hand them a cheap one.
Dang right. I'm not being reckless. I can still be aggressive, but a punt is not the worst thing, Jesse, in this situation in the 4th quarter.
You're right, David. You don't want to be reckless. So as a play caller here, let's dial up some things you know your quarterback sees well in the passing game.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Here comes the option. Timeout called by the defense. 23 seconds left on the clock. Navy will have to punt it away. And the returner goes down. Offense set on 1st down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He's going up top here late in the game. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. There is nothing greater than a rivalry game unless you lose it. And in that case, there is nothing more miserable.
I agree, Reese. And that's why rivalry games are so great, because you take the stats and you take the rankings and you take the records and you throw it all out the window. There's always tremendous effort and passion when we see these rivalry games. We certainly saw it today. And David, for this losing team, this one's going to sting for a while.
It does, but it's so strange because I always feel the same way. I'm like, there's no chance that they have a chance to upset them. But then you go, it's a rivalry game. The vitriol, the hate, it's already there. And so it means so much in